Hello, am I audible?
Hi, Manas sir.
Hi.
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. So guys, last class, what we did, you people remember what we did in the last class?
I think we discussed about the architecture and some part of wireless.
Okay. So architecture part was completed. Okay. And we did some wireless part. So in wireless, what we did, can anyone explain? Just to see whether you people are. Let me see who are available in this class. Just a minute. Okay. Ramesh is there, Karthik is there. Okay, Vicky is there. Vicky, you joined the last class?
No, I did not join the class,
Okay,
but I went
okay,
through. Yeah, I go
okay.
through the recording
The
session.
videos. Yeah, okay, very good. Okay. So Ramesh and Karthik, are you able to remember what we did in the last class regarding to the wireless?
Hi Manas.
Hi,
Yes.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, last time you teach like option 43,
Hmm?
option
Yeah.
43, two tier, three tier architect.
Okay. Yes, architecture part it was completed. Along with the architecture, I have shown you how to represent in front of the client and how to do the Visio diagram, how to prepare the bill of material. Everything we did under the architecture part. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. But
Then
after that, go ahead.
after that you teach like controller.
Yes. Yes. That controller part. Controller part, what we did, I told you about the AP joining process. Am I right? How the
Yeah,
AP will, Ramesh, there is some background noise.
yeah,
Please
yeah. I
let
will
me.
mute. I will mute.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So, in the access point, I told you how this joining process is there. Suppose there are multiple access points, sorry, controller are there. So, how this access point will find which is my good WLC, which I need to connect so that I can configure myself from that WLC. Okay, these things we discussed, and that was the major thing on your wireless part in the ENCOR part. That was the most major thing. Even if you will move into the completely wireless masterization, if you want to go through the wireless technology completely L3 or L4 level, that is the very basic step you need to know. No one will explain on that time how this AP will join to the WLC, how the AP will find which will be my good WLC. Okay, so that thing is quite necessary and it is very important. So if anyone any doubt on that part, you can let me know. Because in the ENCOR part, that is the most important thing. If you will miss that thing, then there will be an issue for your interview. Okay, if any issue will be there, you can let me know. I will explain it again. Now let me share my screen. Guys, before starting, yes, we'll go wireless part today and tomorrow we'll do the wireless part. Okay, then the wireless will be finished. But before starting in each class, this is my teaching style. Before going to the class, let me show you what is the course. This is the complete Cisco syllabus. Okay, although I have the my syllabus is every time it is prepared, but it is just a minute. But it is my syllabus. Okay, so it is completely exactly same to the Cisco syllabus only. But see the Cisco syllabus, how it look like, what is the architecture part, what is the wireless part, we will study. Okay, architecture we did. Let me show you the wireless part. In the wireless part, just a minute. Just a minute, let me, my Epic pen is not working, just a minute. Yes, this will be the wireless part. This is just we need to analyze. This is one wireless part is there. We need to know what is the centralized, what is the distributed, what is the controllerless. If we do not have the controller, then that time what we need to do. But no one is using this technology right now. No one is using. Okay, but yes, this is the theory part, and in your syllabus it's there, and maybe there is just someone will ask you, so you need to know. And what is the controller best? It's exactly similar to the centralized controller, and how we can set up in the cloud. Theoretical part is there. Then the remote branch. How, suppose we have the remote branch, how we can set up? Although I told something about the remote branch on the previous class, but I will explain it again. Okay, these things you will do. Then location service on the WLAN design. It means directly, suppose someone will tell you that please set up a wireless on my site. Suppose you have 50 users, you have 60 users, you cannot tell them directly that please bring 6 access point and put it here and there. This is not the process. Okay. So for this, generally we need to do some kind of basic study, then we need to do. Okay. In the actual expertise in the one, we'll do the actual wireless class on the L4 level, L3 level. There is various kind of sites is there who can help us in the study part. Okay, but I will let you know what is the basic study, how you need to identify how many access point I need, what is the obstacle there. So these things we will discuss today. Then this is another part in the wireless. Same time we need to cover. You can see this is everything on the ENCOR level. It is the theoretical part. Describe. It's only description is there. What is the RF power? What is the RSSI? What is the SNR? What is the interference? If interference will be high, what will be the issue? Then we need to know what is the band and channels, wireless client device capability. Okay. Then we need to know what is the AP mode. AP mode, mainly we will do the local mode and flex mode. Although they have on this part, everything is described, means only theoretical part is there in the ENCOR level, but in the describe AP models or AP modes. So in this flex mode right now, everyone is migrated into the 9800 controller. So we all are using the flex mode. So you will get a traffic flow question in the flex mode. They will not directly ask what is the local mode and what is the flex mode. Nowadays, they are not asking this type of questions. Suppose they will ask, what is the traffic flow difference in the local mode and the flex mode? So for this, you need to know. And in the flex mode, generally in the wireless class, they are doing specific, when we will do the specific wireless class, only the wireless class. So then that time, we are generally using a policy, flex, and tags. These are not in your syllabus. Okay, but we will do. This lab we will do. This is not in the part, but we will do how we'll create, suppose, because 99 means 100% right now everyone is using the flex mode. So flex mode, you need to do the basic configuration. If you are working on the L2 level and you will get a chance to work on the 9800 wireless, and sometimes you will ask your senior that I don't know the configuration of the flex mode, then somehow it is not good. Okay, it's a bad impression. So at least flex connection configuration you should know. Okay, I will let you know how to create the policy, how to create the flex, how to create the tags. Okay, these things we will do. Then already I told you the describe the access point discovery and join process. Last class we spent around 30 minutes on this. This is the most important. I already told you, but we will revise it again and I will ask some questions on this one. Okay. I just need to see whether you have remember or not. Just we'll discuss some question. Then what is the layer 2 roaming? What is the layer 3 roaming? Again, it's the description. And some troubleshoot part. Suppose my client is not able to get connect. My access point is not latching to my access point is not latched to my controller, WLC. So what should be my step? Suppose during the download process, I have multiple troubleshoot step, because generally I am working on the wireless, but on daily basis I am facing a lot of issue. So on my experience, I will share with you 10 to 12 general issue. What you will get the questions regarding from these only, you will get the questions. And generally on the up to L2 level, not the L3 level, up to L2 level, this type of issue will get yes. And here one more thing, in the Cisco syllabus they have missed. They have already put the WLAN configuration, troubleshoot and WLAN configuration. First we need to create the WLAN. SSID I will create. Then I can go to this part, troubleshoot step. Okay. So these all are for the today and tomorrow. We'll do all these things today and tomorrow. So mainly tomorrow we will do the practical session, the troubleshoot session. Today I need to cover all the theoretical part, but you should very clear understanding about this. Okay, it's a small 20-30% wireless part is here. It's good. You can learn up to L1, L1.5 and L2 level, and you can easily answer. Okay, but very attentive on this class. A lot of questions you will get. And once I will cover tomorrow all the things, I will ask around 15 to 20 questions. If you will not be able to answer, then I will answer. It's not an issue, because in the ENCOR, wireless part is something it's important. Wireless part, the switching part, and the routing part. These three parts are important. So on every topic, we'll do a small interview session. Okay. So let's continue. Before that, let me show you one thing, guys. Although we don't have the practical here, but we need to do something. Okay, this is I have this is my completely testing scenario. Everything I will create it here. Yes, one thing I have missed. If anybody want to learn how we can upgrade the, right now it is in 17.12.3. Okay, and right now it is going in 17.12.6 is going on. So if you want to upgrade the WLC from the GUI level, how you can do? This is not in the part of the syllabus, but if anyone is interested, tomorrow I can let him know. Okay, from the GUI I can upgrade my WLC. I can show you the process. Here I cannot upgrade, but I will show you the complete process how you can upgrade. Okay, and I have a complete just a minute. Yes, here I have another setup is there. That is the complete testing. Means it's not a testing, it's completely it's setup. And you can see access mode is also there. And tomorrow when we'll do the troubleshoot session, I will ask someone to connect, and how the client troubleshoot session we need to do, which path we need to follow, I will show you. Okay. But in my testing environment, everything I will create, whatever the test we want to do, we can do. So I have two setup. One is completely for the troubleshoot purpose, and one is completely configuration. Whatever you want to do, we can do it here. Okay, two setup here. What am I styling? Anyone type in anything? Okay.
You will also cover the standard ACL and extended ACL, the ACL part here.
That is ACL. That is the ACL part, not here.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. It
In ACL, I will cover in ENCOR.
Yeah, that is.
In ENCOR, I will cover the standard ACL, extended ACL. In NRC, we will cover the standard, extended, and the time-based. 3 ACL in the NRC.
Okay, and here only the standard and extended, right?
Here only the standard and extended. In NRC, one more, that is the time-based.
Okay.
NRC is the extended version of the means that is the advanced routing. So everything the routing part, that is the completely advanced in the NRC. Okay. Okay, so guys, let's do some theoretical part today. Okay. So wireless deployment model. So we have the centralized model. We have the distributed models. Control layers we have, but no one is using this one. Okay. And controller based we have. Then we have the cloud setup. And then we have the remote branch. Remote branch already I told you in the last class, but we will check it again for the remote branch. And centralized also we have discussed in the last time. So what is the centralized WLC? Can anyone tell me? Last class I told you what is the centralized WLC. I connected to the remote branch.
Yeah, you can connect the remote branch to access the internet.
Okay, very good. So for the centralized WLC, what we have, we know our DC, or maybe Imagine I have a very small DC, and there I have a WLC is there. And my every access point, suppose I have 100 of access point are there. Every access point are to the CAFWeb, they are connected to my 9800 WLC. Okay, so that is the centralized. I have one WLC, that is the centralized WLC. Maybe it is in the SSM mode, means HM mode. Maybe it is in the HA or SSO, we will count as a single WLC. Okay, so but we have on my environment, I have a single WLC. Guys, who is not talking, please mute. So on this environment, my environment, I have a one WLC is there. In my data center, I have a separate DC is there on our environment, and I have a separate 9800 WLC. The front controller I have, and all this my access point, maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe 200, based on my license. So they will connect to my WLC. That process is here known as the centralized WLC. This is the completely centralized WLC. Through all the access point will connect through my central WLC only. Okay. But in the distributed WLC, what is that? That is something little bit different. Anyone, any idea about the distributed WLC? Distributed setup?
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. In distributed, guys, I am whatever I am trying to explain, please see it here. Briefly, I am explaining all the things, and this theoretical part you can see for your interview purpose. I will share with you. Okay, but right now don't go through it. Everything what I am explaining, these are here. These are some extended version. I am making it a smaller. Means my own word, everything is written here. So after that, after this class, I will share so that you can go through it. Okay, but right now try to understand all the things, whatever I am telling. Okay, and in case any doubt, please tell me. This is the centralized WLC, very easy things. On your level, ENCOR level, ENCOR is multiple things are there, routing, switching of your wireless, what is there, hypervisor part is there, your basic automation is there. So on your level, you will get this type of questions. So be very clear. Centralized WLC, this is the centralized WLC. But what is the distributed WLC? In the distributed WLC, we have, suppose I have two WLC here. From the name, you can easily identify it. Distributed. 9800 to WLC. I have a big setup. Okay. Suppose I have 400 access point are there. Okay. And 200 access point, or based on the license, 200 access point are connected here, and 200 access point are connected here. Maybe on this WLC, when 200 access point are connected, they are with the different subnet, they are with the different tags, they are with a different policy. Here, they are with a different subnet, different tags, and different policy. They are configured in this access point. Okay, so they are distributedly connected to different controller. 200 access point here and 200 access point here. But here, in this, generally, why on a single site, if you are using on a single site, we are not recommending this type of scenario. Reason, multiple WLC if you have in your environment, there is a chance of roaming issue. So this type of scenarios generally we are avoiding. Suppose we need 400 access point, 500 access point, we can increase the license. So we can connect 500 access point, 2000 access point on my WLC. But distributed, we will not use all the, it's first of all, it is cost. Cost is high in this condition. Okay. And there is another technical issue. Roaming issue is there, although in the 9800 is quite capable. This roaming issue is very less. Within 20 millisecond, everything will be resolved. So client will not able to identify if he is getting the roaming issue. But before telling you the roaming issue, I have a separate class on this roaming issue. What is the English meaning of roaming? Can anyone let me know? What is the meaning of roaming? Roam.
Out
In
of the
a mobile.
network.
No, we cannot tell that out of the network, ROM.
From connected with any other network.
Yes, means yes, you are right. Means from one to another. Okay, means here roaming. Suppose one client is here. Okay. Now he's connected with this access point. Now suppose he is a VIP client. Okay, we cannot tell him that please sit and work properly. We cannot tell him. He will be roam here and there. Suppose he has a meeting and he need to go it here. Right now, this client roam to this position. Now this client will be here. Same client. Suppose this is client 1 and same client 1. Now what happened? Out of 200 AP, maybe 1 AP he was connected here on this side. Now this complete building will be changed. During the migration, what will happen from this access point, he will connect to this access point. During this connection, there is a roaming issue. This roaming issue may be an L2 roaming issue or L3 roaming issue. L2 roaming issue means suppose if you are using the same subnet, IP from the same subnet means access point are on the same subnet and your client is on the same subnet. Okay. So on that condition, this is L2. Only your access point will be changed. No IP will be changed. But imagine, suppose in this access point, the user address will be different. The user subnet will be different. So here client is getting 10.10.10.10. Now when it will come, it will get like 20.20.20.20. Okay. So when it will change the IP, then that time it is known as the here L3 roaming. When I will go from one access point to another access point and my L3 means my IP will be changed, then that time it will be known as the L3 roaming. But this roaming issue is something, it was a bigger issue when we were using the old controller AROS. But in the 9800 controller, it is quite good. Although we have the roaming, means a client want to roam from here and there, but he will not get a lot of issue. There will be no issue because before 20 millisecond, everything will be resolved. Okay. So there will be no major issue, but generally we will try to avoid these things due to this roaming issue, this distributed controller mode. Up to this one, any doubt, guys, please let me know.
Sir, how to avoid roaming issue?
Roaming issue, if you want to avoid, use a centralized controller.
And is
Sir,
there any benefit?
in distributed, there are two
But again, I am
WLC.
telling in tell me.
I'm saying in distributed WLC, there are two WLC you are saying, right?
Yes.
So due to that, roaming issue will occur, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But you cannot tell that due to roaming issue. Again, I am telling 9800 is quite smart. We will face a very less type of roaming issue. Okay, it's quite because right now we are using the cutlist, not the AROS. So although roaming issue will be there, but it is very less. Effect will be very less. So there will be no issue. But again, we are recommending if you have the good license, please put all the access point on single controller. And if you want to set a redundancy, you can put a HDR 9800. This is known as the HA mode.
Is there any benefit to connect the WLC in the distributed mode? Because what I got to know that we are creating the multiple VLAN, right? And if we are going to log in into the WLC, there is the multiple data VLAN or the voice VLAN. That is the gateway of this WLC, right? So in this environment, if you are talking about the distributed WLC, definitely you are saying that this WLC, maybe the end user is getting the different subnet because it is the part of different VLAN.
Yes,
Correct.
because everything right now, whatever I am explaining, everything is in the flex mode. So all the things will be configured on the switch side.
Switch side, yeah. The WLC gateway should be on the switch, right? So they are
Yes,
getting
from
the
the core
IP
switch.
from the core switch. So they are
Yes.
getting the helper address from the core switch.
Core switch only, and that is your DSCP will be configured on the either your Windows DSCP server or in the IPAM, means in the infra box.
Yeah, and suppose that if I am
Hmm.
not going to write the any helper address on the any distribution switches or core switches where the WLC is directly connected and it is a part of the same VLAN, right? So in that case, if we are going to write the helper address on the specific WLC where the client is going to connect, then I think it should work, right?
No, but why I'm not, last time also you asked this question, but why, what is the means? I'm not able to understand you. Which helper address are you asking about the WLC? Helper address,
Means suppose that is there any DSCP server is sitting in the any organization, right?
yes,
In the
I have,
enterprise network, right?
I have the DSCP. Suppose my DSCP IP is this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me now.
Yeah, that DSCP should be reachable from this core switch or distribution switches, right? To assign
It
the
should
automatic.
be, yes, it should be
Yes,
it's the internal network, and all this
right,
DSCP will be reachable by my core switch, different branch, my own
Correct.
branch DC.
Correct.
Then
Suppose
come to your
that,
question.
yeah. After that, that DSCP helper address is reachable from the core switch. We are going to configure the VLAN, any
SVI.
specific VLAN, any SVIs you can say that, L3 VLAN, right?
Suppose I am creating interface VLAN 10
Correct.
and description that is for the suppose AP management.
AP management or whatever. Okay. After that, this VLAN, okay. This VLAN, whatever the L3 IP means, whatever the IP address we are writing here, it is going to the same IP address we are making the WLC as a gateway. Means if you are going to connect to the DHCP server, this is your gateway. You got it. And there is some option in the WLC to write the helper address. So they will directly get the helper address from the DHCP. Only the traffic is going to pass via this gateway. You got it, my point?
In the DSCP, suppose I have the IP helper address, I need to mention. Okay. 1.1.1.1. But this address, this gateway need to be mentioned in the DSCP, and that is known as the option known as
that
the
is the
router.
leases. That is the leases. I understand. Yeah, that is the leases we need to create on the DSCP, right?
Leases is
the
a different
lease
thing.
means
Leases,
the scope. You can say that is scope. Scope
yes,
we need to create for the
leases
particular
is for
VLAN.
8 days or 10 days you can create.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay,
right.
that is the different thing for the DSCP scope release. But what I am telling in the DSCP scope option is there. It is showing last time also I've shown you, that is router, known as the router. And this gateway, whatever the L3 gateway you put here, you need to mention it here in the 10.1.1.
So my question is, my question is here, whatever the L3 SVI we are going to create on the distribution of core level, that is making the gateway of the WLC. So should I write the helper address on the SBI, or should I write the helper address on the WLC?
No, helper address on the core switch under the SVI. SPI, under the SPI, whatever the SPI you created for the IP management or IP user, user Wi-Fi, then under this VLAN, this SPI, you need to create your helper address. Nothing we need to do in the WLC part.
But there is the option in the WLC, because recently I added the WLC. Helper address.
You are using the local mode, I think. No, in 98, but that is you are using the local mode, I think.
Okay, means that WLC is located in the local site, you are saying, right?
No. Local mode is that. I will come to that part so that you can understand.
Okay.
There is two type mode. Local mode is there. Flex mode is there. But 99%, it's the 9800, we are using the flex mode. In the local mode, what they will do, the traffic flow will, suppose user will send a traffic first, where it will go? To the AP, and AP will to the WLC through the capper. Am I right?
Correct, correct.
So what will be the issue in the local mode? Everything AP will send to the WLC, whether it will be a control traffic, whether it will be a data traffic. On that condition, your AP management, your user Wi-Fi, all are in the same subnet. You don't need to put different subnet.
Correct, correct.
Okay. That is what is the issue there? Everything, your data traffic and your control traffic, everything will be go to the WLC. Then for the routing part, WLC again we will see who will be my routed device, again it will send. That is the issue in the local mode. This is the reason we are not using. And we can
Sorry, could you please repeat it? Means you are saying that whatever the control and data traffic, it is always
go
depend
to
on the WLC.
AP will send to the WLC.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Then for the routing part, because data you need to do any kind of router device will be there.
Right.
Yes or no? Maybe I have the
Yes,
L3
yes.
switch, maybe core, maybe SD1, anything. Okay.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
then that time again WLC will send to that part for the data. Okay. What it will see, but in the control traffic, what will known, it's the local switching. Local switching is known as your flex connect mode. What it will do, locally, access point will send this data to the my switch. Got it? Only for the authentication it will send to the WLC. But the data traffic, my data will go to the switch directly, where my SPI everything is created. And your local mode means local switch on the flex mode, you can create for specific user VLAN, and you need to pass it through the trunk, and you should have the native VLAN. Native VLAN is your AP management VLAN. Now you can let me know one thing. When you did the 9800 configuration on the switch side, when one access point is connected, suppose it is connected at GIG, Sanjay, it's to you. So you did this type of configuration?
No. Directly it is not connected. What is in our setup? There is a one distribution layer switches.
No,
On
no,
the DS
it is my switch.
Yeah, whatever switch. Yeah, means you
It
here
is
you are
AP.
saying that it is AP. So
Yes.
definitely it is the PoE OP AP, right?
Yes, PoE.
Power.
Yes,
They are directly getting the power to the AP,
yes,
right?
yes.
So in this case, the VLANs would be directly created and the routing part will be done, and maybe in the centralized location the WLC is sitting, right?
Sanjay, there is nothing about the PoE. Whether it should be the flex connect and local connect, nothing is dependent on the PoE. Suppose I don't have the
This is
PoE.
only this is only for the power, means power on for the AP
Yes,
devices.
suppose I
That is
don't
I'm
have
saying.
no, my question is that you told me that you have configured something, but my question is that your access point configuration is in this way: switch port mode access VLAN 10, any VLAN you have put, or you have do some trunk and you did some native. What was your configuration? This
It
one,
was in the trunk.
but if it is trunk, I think definitely you are in the flex connect mode. Two types of VLAN are you have allowed?
Right. Access and trunk.
No. Access is a different thing.
One is data and voice, right?
Yes, that is the access right now. What in the access, I put both the management VLAN and I passed all the what is that is called user VLAN. Okay, everything is on the VLAN 10. But in the flex connect mode, we have the specific configuration. We need to create a trunk. In the trunk. Yes. Anyone is telling anything?
No, sir. Sorry for interrupting. Actually, just I'm joined actually. On that
Okay.
time, I'm just on the way. No issues.
Okay. Switch for trunk allow VLAN. Suppose 1020. And switch spot trunk native VLAN 10. This 10 native VLAN 10 means it is for the AP management VLAN from which my access point will get the IP. So Sanjay, you did this type of configuration or just the access point? Means access mode configuration.
No. In our organization, what is we are doing means there is a one distribution switches, and from that distribution switches, there is the one VLAN is created, right? And that VLAN is the gateway of the WLC. And from that local site, there is a multiple AP devices that is going to get the IP information, whatever the block of subnet we are assigned in the WLC, they are getting the IP address from that WLC.
Okay,
that is for the local
yes,
I'm
local
saying
you are
here.
using. Yes,
Yes, local.
Yeah, got it. But local, that is the traffic scenario, that will be the issue. Okay, but if you have any suppose this is right now you are using one site, but suppose you have multiple sites and they want to connect to your WLC and they have the different subnet there, so then there will be an issue. Got it?
Yeah. One more question, Manas, I have. Suppose that we are having the one router, right? In the router, there is the one L3 switches, core or distribution, anything is connected, right? From that distribution or core switches, there is a WLC is connected, right?
Distribution core switches, WLC is connected. Okay. Yes, every time from the core switch, WLC will be connected. Yes.
So the gateway of that WLC is showing that it is on the router. Okay.
Yes.
So in that cases, suppose that if we are not going to configure the any helper address on the distribution switches, okay, and in that, and I'm going to directly configure the helper address on the WLC. So the traffic flow will go or not?
No, I'm not getting your question. First of all,
suppose that
just a minute. Suppose this is your L3. Okay. And my WLC is connected here. Suppose WLC 9800. This is for my management. And this is for the port channel under my control. Okay. Now tell me. And here, yes, a distribution, this gateway will be configured here.
No. Go to the uplink. This is the downlink you are telling about. That is the WLC is connected. Maybe it is a LAN side you can consider. And the WAN side, there is the one router that is connected to this L3 switch.
Yes. This one, like this?
Yes. So what I'm saying here, this WLC, there is a gateway and the helper address, right? In the WLC.
But my concern again, for in WLC, gateway is there, it's okay. But what is the purpose of helper address?
Yeah, that is assign the IP address to the local users. Means it is going to connect to the AP.
Why you will use that on the WLC? We can use on the L3 only.
No, suppose that if I'm not going to use on the L3 and we are just creating the only L2 VLAN here, then traffic will be directly passed to the router, right? Because that is the gateway here.
Yes, that will be gateway, but where is the L3?
L3 on the router.
Okay, L3 already created on the router, yes?
Router, yes. So in that case, we are creating the gateway on the WLC, that this is the your gateway. It will go, right?
It will go. But generally, yes, Sanjay, what I am recommending, and it's Cisco recommendation, every time it should be created on the L3 device only. Any helper address, anything, we will not put the burden on the 9800 WLC. Okay, any L3, SVI, anything, it's only for the control. For the control, we'll create 2 per channel just for the redundancy and 1 for the management. That's it. If management also down, there will be no issue. Through the control, you have the access.
Okay. So you are saying that whatever the SVI we are going to create on the LP switches, we need to create the DSCP helper address on that, right?
Yes. Suppose you are creating VLAN 10, okay, for the AP management, 20 for the user, 30 for the laptop. Here you can put whatever is your IP helper address, DSCP address, whatever is your DSCP address. Okay, that is the recommendation scenario. Cisco recommendation. Yes.
Manas, sorry for interrupting Ramesh here. Sir, actually, I am in wireless party. I am in new. I am unaware of this part. Could you please go to step by step? I am getting something
No,
collapsed.
actually, Sanjay has asked, he has worked on the wireless, so this is his query. But actually, these things, what he has asked me right now,
Yeah, because
that is, yes.
you teach that the centralized distribution also I forgot now. Because this
Yes. Actually, this topic I am also not aware.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, no, guys, this is the reason I have opened this PDF. Okay, we'll go theory part only. I know 99% people in the new to the wireless. This is the reason I am not
Yes,
following
correct,
any kind of I am not following any kind of a lab now. Tomorrow I will show you the troubleshoot part. Today I will
because
do all the theory
now
part.
I forgot the distributor also.
Yes, I got
Actually,
it, but
I don't know what is the helper address and because we are in new for wireless. Okay,
same here.
Okay. No. Actually, guys, Sanjay is already working on the wireless part. So he has this doubt. What he has asked, this is in the ENCOR last topic.
in doubt path you can ask at the end of the session. It is very
Okay.
useful.
Okay.
Because you are going step by step, we are
Yes.
following for. If
Yes.
you suddenly the way of teaching is going for out of focus means we are getting some collapse.
Yes.
Might be everyone.
Yes, Ramesh, you are right. 100% right. Okay.
That will be good if we can discuss all the doubt after the lab. It will be helpful
This is the reason.
for us
This is the
as well.
Yes, this is the reason, guys. What I in the first class I told today
Yes,
I'll try to do
correct.
Today I'll try to do the theory part. Okay, because very less practical you have in the ENCOR. But I will show you what is the real life what we are doing. Okay. So after this class, this is the reason I told you we have a 30-minute session for the interview. There you can ask me a doubt, I can ask my doubt. My doubt means I will ask you a lot of questions. Okay. So this process will follow. Okay. So guys, if you have any doubt regarding to this, then that time you can ask me. If you have any outside doubt, then you can ask me tomorrow after the completion of the wireless. Okay. Or maybe next week.
Okay, could you please teach it once again the distributor?
Okay. Let me go to the let me begin from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Okay. No worry about that part. Okay.
Sorry, Manas.
No problem. No worry. Whatever any doubt you can let me know. Okay. Actually, reason is if someone has asked my doubt, I need to clear. Okay. But for all other people, there may be it's a disturbance, but no problem. Okay. We'll proceed like this. Whatever you want. No worry about this part. Let me start it again. Okay, guys. For the centralized, what is the centralized? From the name, you can easily identify it. Central. Like, suppose we are in a city. Suppose we are in a very small city. Okay. And we have a central jail. In every city, there is a central jail. But no one want to go there. Okay. Everyone is
Yes, sir.
no one want to visit there. Everyone is fear about this part. Okay. But we have a central jail. If you will do any kind of things which is not allowed in our society, then you need to move this. You need to stay here. Okay. On your city. There is a central jail. Same thing. In my network, in centralized network, I have a WLC. I have a controller. And please forget about the old controller. Whatever we'll discuss completely about the 9800 wireless controller. No old controller. Because every company, 95% companies migrated into the 9800 only. So we'll not discuss about the old controller. So WLC 9800, suppose I have a data center here. Or maybe my site is there. Here my small DC is there. Here my 9800 controller is there. Maybe that 9800 controller is connected to my L3 switch. From L3 switch, my L2 switches are connected. And from L2 switch, multiple access points are connected. Okay. And I am just, this is a small diagram, so I am giving you 3 access points. But in my environment, for an example, there are maybe 100 access points, maybe 200 access points, maybe 50 access points, maybe 18 access points. All the WLC are, all the access points are connected to this WLC only. all the access point 1, access point 2, access point 3, they are connected to a single WLC only. Means my central WLC, that is known as the centralized wireless deployment mode. Now it's clear, Isu and Ramesh, the centralized mode?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Manas. Yes, Manas.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
L3 switch is compulsory or not?
What? Any L3
Why
switch
use
is,
we L3 switch?
if you will not any kind of L3 device I need. Any L3
No,
device I need.
AP or WLC to work between L2 level L2 switch. So why
But
need
मेरा
L3?
मेरा राउटिंग कैसे होगा मुझे बताओ. अगर मेरे पास L3 नहीं होगा, if I don't have the L3, where I will create my SVI, where I will create my L3. In my network, it's mandatory. I should have an L3 device. Access point will be connected through the. Just a minute, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. So L3 device, if we don't have the L3 device, suppose for an example, I have just one L2 device, okay?
Yes.
And I have this access point, or this is end user PC. How it will go to outside? Tell me. Without L3, how my network is possible?
आप वन कनेक्ट करने के लिए आप L3 यूज कर रहे हो.
हाँ, मैं इसीलिए आपको एग्जांपल इसीलिए दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरा बंदे जो भी सारा कनेक्टेड है एपी के थ्रू, वो तो बाहर दुनिया जाएंगे ना. This is the reason I am continuously telling L3 switch then L2 switch.
मैंने सोचा कि आपका राउटर के बाद WLC कनेक्ट होगा, उसके बाद L2
नहीं, देखो सिनारियो में ऐसे होती है. देखो चल सिनारियो में कैसे होती है. ये आपकी हो गया L3, ठीक है. उसके पीछे मैंने एक WLC कनेक्ट कर दिया. ये मेरा WLC हो गया, ये कंट्रोल प्लेन के लिए हो गया, ये मैनेजमेंट के लिए हो गया. यहाँ से मेरा राउटर कनेक्ट है, राउटर और SD कनेक्ट है. SD से तुम्हारा जो बाहर चला गया सारा इंटरनेट के थ्रू बाहर चला गया डिवाइस. ठीक है, ऐसे कनेक्शन. ओके.
WLC के बाद तो L2 स्विच लाएगा, फिर AP लाएगा.
WLC के साथ क्यों? L3 से L2 लगेगा ना. WLC के साथ और कुछ नहीं होगा. ये खत्म हो गया WLC आपका.
अच्छा,
ये आपका फिर L2 स्विच आ गया. L2 से आप एक्सेस पॉइंट अपना डाल दो. अगर आपको वर्ड यूजर है वर्ड यूजर डाल दो, जो करना है करो. ठीक है.
ठीक है.
Multiple L2 device will be connected from the L3 device. Okay.
Thank you,
This is
sir.
okay, no problem. This is centralized mode. So then I will come to the distributed mode. From the name, guys, you can easily understand. Okay, Ramesh and Isu, on the distributed modes, which part you have the doubts? Could you please let me know, or I can start from the beginning.
सर एक बार रोमिंग इशू का सर एक बार बता देना.
And Ramesh, for you?
That's same only. Manas, you can draw one small diagram and explain.
Okay. Let me do it for you. Okay. Now I have two WLs. Ramesh, wherever you have the doubt, same time you can ask me. Okay, no worry about that part. 9800 WLC. 9800 WLC. Okay, this is one of my environment. My company. Suppose I am working on a petroleum company, ABC Petroleum Company. Okay. And I have this 290 WLs. And I have multiple access pointer there. Okay. Same scenario. 9800 WLC will be connected through my core switch, and these are connected through my access layer switch. Okay. So somehow this access point 1, access point 2, access point 3. Here this is AP4, AP5, AP6. Try to understand. These are already latched with my 9800 WLC. Okay. So what will happen? Right now, I have two WLC, two distributed WLC. Some of the access point are connected to here and some of the access point connected to here. Maybe this access point, some of the clients are connected with the different subnet. Here, some of the clients are connected different subnet, and this WLC access point IP may be 1.1.1.1. Here it will be 1.1.2, 1.1.1.3, but here it will be 2.2.2.2, complete different network. Here it will be 2.2.2.3. 2.2.2.4. Okay, this is some kind of distributed setup. I have multiple WLC and multiple access point are connected here, but on a single site, why we are not recommending this one? Due to this roaming issue. What is the roaming issue? Actually, roaming issue is, there are two type of roaming issues there. One is L2 type, one is L3 type. Suppose, what is the roaming issue of the L2? Means I will not change my IP. Okay. Means suppose here a client is there. Suppose this is client 1. And try to understand, he is a VIP client. I cannot assign him a proper desk, or I cannot assign him a desktop only. He has the iPhone, he has the MacBook. So high-end device he is using, and he is my very VIP customer. And every time he is a very busy person, and he is moving here and there. Through the Bluetooth is connected on his ear, and he is taking the meeting by moving here and there. Okay, he is some kind of client is there, and we cannot tell him anything. Suppose he is right now, he is here. Now he is working here. He is connected to this access point right now. Okay.
I think, Manas, you are telling like one is first floor, one is, just assume it, one is first floor, one is second floor. The client first floor, they are using 1.1.1111. He went to second
this
floor.
This is the access point IP address. This is the access point IP address. Different network. These all are in the same network. These all are in the different network. Okay. Now, I will come to your point. What you told, they will use the different IP. I will come to that part right now. So client, maybe Ramesh, he is moving from first floor to second floor. Maybe he is moving from one corridor to another corridor. Okay. Maybe he is moving from one big meeting room to one big conference room. Anything. Okay. But what he will do when we will move from this access point, right now he is connected to this access point. Okay. Again, he will connect it to this access point. Now he will connect to this access point. But in this access point, okay, suppose on this WLC, on this access point, my configuration is there. If all the client, CLINT, client will get the IP address from this subnet only, 10.10.10.0/24. Okay. From this subnet, client will get the IP address. How it will configure, it will be the later part, but try to understand right now. This is my access point IP address from S 1.1, 1.1.1.2, 1.1.1.3. And on this access point, when the client will connect, they will get the IP address from this subnet only, 10.10.10.0/24. Then when this client will connect to this access point, then that time my configuration will like that. This any user will connect, they will get the IP address from this subnet only. Ramesh, this part is clear to you?
Okay.
No, it's clear or not?
Clear.
Okay. Now the issue, remember, what is the layer 2? What is the layer 3? Now try to understand, guys. Now suppose this client is any of the client ABC. Now ABC is moving here to here. Now he's connected to access point 2. But suppose right now he has the IP of the 10.10.10.10. Suppose he will move to this access point also, then my IP will not change, because for all the access point on this WLC, my configuration will be like that. I cannot change the IP of my client. Client IP will be remain same from this subnet only. Okay, so his IP will not change. So this type of things is known as the L2 roaming. Just your access point will be changed. You will be connected from one access point to another access point without without changing your IP address. Okay. But what will happen? What is the L3 IP address? Sorry, L3 roaming. L3 means your IP part is there. Okay, L3 network. So when this client is moving here and it is connected to the number 3 access point. Now he's completely moving from the floor. He is going to the 6th floor or 7th floor. Now my complete access point is different with the different IP address, and my user will get the different IP address. Now what will happen from 10.10.10.10, same client, when we will move it here, now we will get the IP of the 20.20.20.20. Means on the same time, during the moving, during the meeting, means my IP is also changing, my gateway is also changing. That is known as the L3 roaming. Got it, Ramesh?
Got it.
Isu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir?
This, yes, tell me.
The two WLC, it's a different network, right? They are separately two WLC.
Yes, these are two WLC, but they are interconnected to each other. Means they are communicate to each other. One network.
I mean, what I'm asking,
Hmm.
but between from one WLC to another WLC, is there an interconnected cable?
No.
Okay, it's a separate WLC, right?
Separate WLC.
Okay. Okay.
Nowhere is connected in between them.
Okay.
Just like you can assume first floor to fifth floor, both are
First,
different.
yes.
different
One more
location.
thing I just want to ask, okay, what if one of the WLC has been gone? I mean, it's
That is
collapsed. Okay, something has been happened. Okay.
yes.
If I want to move the APs from one WLC to another WLC, is that possible for that?
That is possible. That is possible.
Okay.
But for that, before this, you need to do all the things. In the access point, there is tomorrow I will show you. This is not in the syllabus, but this is in the real environment. You need to know. HA concept is there on the AP. I will show you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
सर दोनों WLC का गेटवे तो सेम होना चाहिए ना?
क्यों भाई, दोनों WLC का कौन सी गेटवे सेम होगा? मुझे बताओ, कौन सी गेटवे सेम होना चाहिए? क्यों सेम होना चाहिए? दोनों डिफरेंट WLC है।
दोनों डिफरेंस
HA में नहीं है ये HA में नहीं है, ये दोनों टू स्टैंडअलोन WLC, टू डिफरेंट WLC, HA में नहीं है ये। ठीक है ना?
ठीक है।
नहीं, डाउट पूछो, क्या डाउट है?
कॉन्फ़िगर मतलब कॉन्फ़िगर कैसे होगा वो दोनों?
WLC वेरी बेसिक। आप स्विच कॉन्फ़िगरेशन जैसे होता है ना,
हाँ
L3 स्विच एग्जैक्टली सेम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आजकल की जो 9800 WLC है ना, ये एरोस नहीं है, ये सीधा है हमारा कैटलिस्ट।
अच्छा,
ये देखो, अगर मेरे पास खुला है तो मैं दिखा देता हूँ। You can see
same as switch.
Same as switch. Whatever the command you are typing, it's exactly same.
ठीक है।
ठीक है ना? Exactly same. So if you will put the sum, okay, just a minute. Every command will work. Tomorrow I will show this. Okay. You can see, you are able to see everything is very equivalent to the WLC switch, catalyst switch. Okay.
कमांड भी सेम है सर स्विच के तरह?
ऑलमोस्ट बहुत सारा कमांड, मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि सारा कमांड सेम है, ठीक है, बट
शो आईपी इंटरफेस ब्रीफ एपी स्विच में तो यूज होता है, सेम ही है।
नहीं, मतलब ये तो बेसिक कमांड मैंने बता दिया। जैसे बाकी कमांड तो डिफरेंस होगा ना, जैसे सपोज मैं इसमें यूज करूंगा शो एपी समरी, दीज आर द डिफरेंट कमांड। ओके,
डिफरेंट कमांड, यस यस।
so that thing I will show you tomorrow. Now concentrate on this one. Okay, so guys, all of you guys, the distributed part is clear. Okay, am I right? Should I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
no, yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now one thing is known as the control less. What is the guys? This note I will share with you. Theoretical part you can read. Again, I am telling because you will get this type of questions. What is the meaning of controllers? Again, I am telling 0% people are using this one.
Might be there is a no centralized WLC.
No controller, no WLC.
Yes, no WLC.
Previously, very old time, we have, suppose we have a very small environment and very old time. Even if I have also used one of my company, but very means around 7-8 years back. So then that time there is a concept AAP.
कंट्रोल जैसे आपका वो घर में जो छोटा वाईफाई राउटर यूज होता है ये उसके तरह ये कंट्रोलर है
उसके तरह है, राइट। जैसे
लेस
हाँ कंट्रोलर जैसे आप उसको मॉडेम को जैसे एक ही वो डिब्बा दे दिया आपको, वहीं पे कॉन्फ़िगर कर दिया, वो ब्रॉडबैंड जैसे एक्सेस पॉइंट, वो दोनों एक तरह काम कर रहा है, ठीक है। तो उसी तरह हम उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। दैट इज नोन एज द योर ऑटोनोमस एक्सेस पॉइंट। ऑटोनोमस एक्सेस पॉइंट क्या है? जैसे पहले लाइट वेट एक्सेस पॉइंट लैब जो आ रहा था, तो उसी एक्सेस पॉइंट को एक स्पेसिफिक इमेज होता था। जो स्पेसिफिक इमेज होती थी वो क्या करते थे हम, बट बहुत डिफिकल्ट है ये, एंड इट्स नॉट गुड, एंड राइट नाउ नो वन इज यूजिंग। ओके, स्पेसिफिक इमेज हम उस एपी के ऊपर हमें डालना होता था। We need to install a specific image on that access point, on that lightweight access point. So once image will be uploaded on that access point, we need to do one-time reboot.